Alright, what's going on guys? It's Zeus and welcome back to the channel, and today I am going to be giving my full review of the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022 beta, and just kind of talking about my feelings about the game and how I feel, and some things I like to see change, some things I think are good, some things I think are bad about the game. And yeah, so I think that's really it. Let's just get straight into it. I just want to start off by saying that I have enjoyed the beta for the most part so far, even though on Xbox it has been a very shitty weekend for us Xbox players for playing early access and just playing the beta in general. And it's kind of the first topic I'd really like to get into here, is I personally feel like Infinity Ward and Activision and Call of Duty in general has really failed the Xbox community with this beta, because obviously PlayStation had their weekend first, and I did play that the first weekend on the PlayStation 4, but then I had to wait to play on my Series X this weekend, and it was just a whole bunch of issues for Xbox players because there was constant crashing. I couldn't even open up the game on my main account because it would start logging in a demonware, and then it would say waiting for data centers, and then it would just crash, and it was like that and it's still like that for a lot of people. I found out, I had to play an alt account, and I had to max out an alt account because for some reason alt accounts worked for the game, but main accounts weren't working for a lot of people, and some people were able to play, some people weren't, and it was a lot of people that weren't able to play. It was all over Twitter, and it took them about 12 hours on Thursday to say something about it for Infinity Ward to actually bring up the issue, and they said, oh, we are investigating it. Just for another about 12 hours later from to say, oh, we're rolling out a fix. Okay, it's Saturday, Friday by that point. We're like, okay, good, we're going to be getting a fix to the game, and hopefully, it fixes everything. Well, when the fix did eventually roll out on Saturday, I'm pretty sure it was Saturday, it didn't work. The update did not fix the game. And people are still running the game, and I wasn't able to get in my main account still. Then, all of a sudden, I found a workaround through YouTube where it said you had to delete friends to be able to access the beta on main accounts, which I think that is bullshit. That is so stupid. Excuse my language, but that is absolute bullshit, and that is not right at all. Because people shouldn't have to delete their entire friends list for the most part just to be able to play a game. Just to be able to play the beta that we paid for early access. We missed entire early access and everything, and that's just terrible. That should not be happening with a fucking beta for a Call of Duty game. And that's all I really gotta say about that. She's like, please do better next time, Infinity Ward. Like, you really screwed a lot of us over, and it really kind of disheartened me to have to not be able to play my main account most of the weekend. So I kind of want to get into the first topic of things here, where is definitely the footstep audio. Man, it is bad again this year. It reminds me so much of Modern Warfare 2019 at launch, where footsteps, it literally sound like a rhino running around the map. And I feel like that's causing a lot of the camping problems in the game because people don't want to run around because you're not quiet enough, and people are literally just sound whoring, and it makes you not want to move. I could be on one side of a building, and somebody could hear me clearly on the complete other side of the building through kill cams and stuff. I've realized it. I'm like, wow, that is too loud. And then, yes, dead silence is in the game again as a field upgrade, but the problem with that is, one, you're not completely silent with tac sprint. Two, it's a little device that you pull out and you press the button. You guys will see me use it in the gameplays here. And enemies can hear that from other sides of walls. Just in general, enemies can hear you pressing that button, and they know you're using dead silence, so they know you're right next to them. That's so stupid. Like, I think they should change that and make it so it's a silent activation, because that kind of destroys the whole thing about dead silence. And it's either that or add a ninja perk. One or the two. I know a lot of people have a controversy, like they don't want the ninja perk because then people are just going to be quiet all the time. They can't hear them running around. But in a game like this where footsteps is so loud and camping is so prevalent, it makes it so much easier to get killed by campers when you are running around the map without dead silence. And if I'm on the other side of the wall from a camper and it's happening multiple times, I'm on one side of the wall, camper's on the other. I know they're there. I pop dead silence, thinking, okay, I can get around and they won't hear me. Well, they hear me activate it, and then boom, I'm dead, It's just one of those things where it just needs to be changed because it really does not make any sense, and it kind of ruins the game for a lot of people, including myself. Another thing here on my list here, I have a whole list of things that I think wants to change, and a lot of the community also want to see change. Red dots on the minimap. Infinity Ward, their claim to not having red dots show up on the minimap when people are shooting is, We don't want to make people suffer from shooting their weapons. Then what's the point of Call of Duty? If you're you're supposed to be shooting people. Like, you're not supposed to be sitting there not shooting your guns. And having no red dots on the minimap just makes it a lot easier for people to camp, because if there's a camper and they're shooting their gun off and you don't get that ping on the minimap, you got to go find where they're shooting from. That's when it becomes a big problem, because it just doesn't make sense to have that, because I get so much sick. It just doesn't make sense. Like, Call of Duty is supposed to be an arcadey run and gun shooter game, not sitting around, sitting in a corner, hiding on head glitches and everything, just to wait for somebody to come and get some easy kills. It just really messes up the flow of a game, and they just need to come back, which we know they're not going to bring it back, because they said they're going to listen to feedback, and Infinity Ward has not listened to feedback. They basically gave us all a big slap in the face and said, fuck you, we're not listening to you guys, even though we said we would. Please, just do something with the mini-maps or something. Like, there's no need to, like, and there's literally a perk in the game, and what's the point of a perk to be able to see red dots on a minimap that you got to wait till halfway through the game to even get? And that leads into my next thing, which is the perk system. This perk system is different. We've never seen it before. You earn your perks, your second and third perks, your third and fourth perks throughout the game. Doesn't make sense. In every other Call of Duty, you'd have your perks right away as soon as you spawn in. The only time you'd be earning perks throughout the game is if you're running a specialist. Like now the other Modern Warfare games where you run a specialist and you get 3 extra perks. Yes, in this game you get to choose 4 perks, which that's nice and all, but when I'm sitting there and I don't get my last perk until towards the very end of the game. They did change it during the beta to make it a bit faster. I did notice that today when I was playing, but that doesn't need to be a thing, and perks just need to be where you have them all instantly. And I'd even be fine with getting the 3 perks right away and then earning the last perk. Like some kind of medium needs to be made with these perks, because it just does not help the game at all. Then the next thing here is skill-based matchmaking. It is heavy in this game already. I can tell by just playing the beta. I've had so many moments where I've had a good game, then all of a sudden, it's been an argument for so long. Skill-based matchmaking has been a huge argument in the COD community since yes, skill-based matchmaking has always kind of been there, but it is so prevalent in the newer games. You can just tell, and they've even admitted to it, and it's so annoying. I don't feel like playing every game like it's a CDL match. I play Call of Duty to have fun. Like, I know people are going to be like, oh, you're just a casual, that's why you're complaining about this kind of stuff. No, I've played competitive Call of Duty before. I've done all this stuff with COD before. Yeah, I'm a tryhard at times, but sometimes I just like to actually have fun in a game where I'm not constantly having to sweat and try hard and all these other things. It just makes the game not fun for a lot of people, and that's what it goes towards the casuals, because some casuals are bad at the game, and they get to keep playing these easy lobbies where they get to have a good time. Then there's us who actually like to do good in the games, and then we still get punished for it. It doesn't make sense. Just the skill-based matchmaking has just got to go from Call of Duty. It just really puts a bad name for Call of Duty, and I don't think it's ever going to go away, but it should. Another small thing that I have for the game is with the streaks. The streaks are fun in this game, but the one that I really am disappointed about, which I don't think they're going to change, this is kind of my thing, is the chopper gunner. In MWII 2019, you were able to control the chopper gunner and fly it around and shoot people. This game, it just sits in one spot. It's not fun. What's the point? It literally says you can control it in the fucking description, but you can't move it. I know by the control thing, they mean you can control it and aim it and shoot it, but come on, change it. It's more fun being able to fly that thing around the map. It's way more fun. Another topic here on my list is weapon balancing. This game's weapon balancing so far, I know it's a beta, tweaks are going to happen, but it is so bad. And it's like MWII 2019 all over again, where the M4 and the MP5 just absolutely run this fucking game. They literally, like, I could be lighting somebody up from across the map, and I get 2-shotted by an M4. Or I get 3-shotted by an M4 up close. And I could put so many bullets into a guy, and then he just turns and snaps on me with an MP5 or an M4 and just melts me. Same with the Scar that you do unlock at level 30. That thing is a monster. That thing kills in 3 to 4 shots every time, and it is very annoying to go up against because everyone's using the like the M4, for example. Everyone's using it. It is one of the most used gun in this beta, I've realized, along with the MP5. And I know those are supposed to be the good guns of the game, and you're supposed to, use those guns too to adapt. But if I'm over here trying to use a fun weapon, trying to have fun with other weapons in the game, and I'm constantly getting smacked by these other guns, these overpowered main staple guns, it just gets very tiring, and it kind of ruins an overall experience, not only for myself and a lot of different players. And I really think that needs to be changed, because I think it'll be a good thing to make weapons just balanced, so every weapon has a chance against each other, when it just does not seem like that. I know it's been that way for a lot of years of Call of Duty, but it's just getting worse and worse every year, and that's just something that needs to get figured out. TTK is my next little issue with this game. The time to kill in this game is absolutely horrendously fucking fast. And this is why I say Cold War had the perfect TTK. You actually had to hit your shots. You didn't just get a quick little 3-shot with a fucking assault rifle or a SMG, you know? You actually had to hit your shots. And just having... And that other thing, that adds to the camping aspect of the game. People are scared to move. People are scared to run around because people want their kill streaks. People are scared to move around and try and get kills because you're going to get fucking melted because of, 1, the footsteps, and 2, the TTK is so fast. I just think this game needs a TTK tune. I don't think they're going to do it, but I think if they did that, people will start enjoying the game more. And if they actually just listened to our feedback and decided to change some of the things everyone has been talking about and complaining about the past few days, this game will excel and do well. Because I love the game. I think it's a fun Call of Duty. I think it's better than Modern Warfare 2019. I think it's probably the best game out of the last few years. But it just needs, some of these changes just need to happen for the game to excel. And there is actually a few things I do like about the game. I'll get into those now that I'm done talking about the negatives and things I want to be changed. 1, I'm loving the gunsmith. I'm loving the idea that you level up a gun, you unlock the receiver for it, then you switch it, and then you unlock another gun, and you keep doing that. And I like this new way of progression because you're not sitting there going through 50, 60 levels of gun. It seems like, until launch, I know there's a lot more attachments and stuff, but it seems like a faster way to level up guns. And I think it's a good idea because it forces you to use other weapons to unlock other weapons. I think it's a really good idea, and I think it's something that should stay. That's just my personal opinion. I know a lot of people don't really like it, but I think it's a very good idea, and I think that it is the perfect way to keep this game going and make it feel fresh every time with weapons and everything. And it kind of increases the weapon pool. That's why I can't wait till launch, because the weapon pool is going to be a lot bigger. Not a lot of people are going to be using these OP guns. They're going to find other guns that they're going to want to use. And there's always going to be OP guns in Call of Duty, but you know what I'm talking about. Another thing, I like the flow of the game, for the most part. Hardpoint has been the most fun for the beta since they added it because it moves. People actually want to move around. People actually, want to move to the hardpoint because it's an objective that switches. And I think that's a good thing, but the flow's good until it just becomes a camp fest. And that's when it gets really annoying. And that's just how Call of Duty is now. They go to the casuals. They do all these things for casual players, to let them be able to camp, head glitch, and do all these things. That just kind of ruins it for people like me who wants to run around, run and gun. And, it's just how it is. And another thing I like the movement. I know it's a very controversial thing right now with the movement in this game because it got rid of slide canceling, and a lot of these slide canceling TTV tryhards, I'm one myself, but I'm glad slide canceling is gone because I feel like the game, it's requiring people to learn how to move differently. Yeah, bee hopping, is a big thing, but I like the dolphin diving. I like the bee hopping and stuff. I think it's a lot better than running around slide canceling like a crackhead, for a whole entire match. Like I've done it before. Everyone's done it. I don't care who you are. You have slide canceled before in Call of Duty before. There's no way you haven't. You cannot lie to me. And that's really all I gotta say is positive for the game, other than I like the game, but things just need to be changed. And I think it's going to be a very good 2 years of Call of Duty because remember, we get this game for 2 years and it needs to be peak performance and it needs to be good. Sorry, I'm getting indigestion. But this game just needs these fixes to excel because otherwise it's going to be a very, very, very long 2 years. And I want to see this game excel because I want Call of Duty to keep going with everything. And we'll find out more, obviously, after the beta ends and we get on that road to launch about a month away now, actually, until launch. And I'm just hoping by the time launch comes around, things are fixed, everything's tuned, we find out more, they add more stuff, they add more defenses to campers and everything. And I think after all that, this game will be good for the 2 years that we are going to have to, unfortunately, deal with it. But yeah, that's all I really got to say, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about the beta, what you guys would like to see changed, what you guys would like to be added, things that you kind of want to see with this game to hopefully make it a little bit better. That's it for me. Otherwise, then, I've enjoyed the beta so far, other than these few things. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter, stay up to date with everything. Check all the Check all the links in the description below, and make sure you guys like and subscribe for more content. And make sure you go to my Twitch and drop a follow. I'll probably be live after this video is uploaded with some more beta for the last full night of the beta. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, guys.